What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Trades, and I'm known for turning $20,000 into a little over $2 million. If you want any information behind me, I have a free training webinar down below in the description, or you can check out my Instagram, Trades. You can obviously check out my website, nortrades.com. So as you can see from the title of this video, the title is, Are Stocks Risky? Right? And this is one of the questions that frustrates me. Reason being is because I get it a lot. I either get it in my DM, I get it in person, or I get it anytime the topic stocks pop up, right? And this is a problem because that question isn't supported with education. What I mean by that is people ask that question, are stocks risky? But when I ask these two questions, whether it's have you ever tried it and have you ever done any research behind it, I get no to those two questions. How can you ask if it's risky and you're not even, how can you apply and think that something is risky without doing educational behind it? I don't know if that makes sense to you, but you can't just say something is risky without knowing anything behind it. How you can explain this and correlate this the easiest is if you're crossing the street and you don't look left or right, obviously it's risky just crossing the street. Everything in life has a risk to it. You crossing the street without turning left and right is risky. Why? Because there's a high possibility that there's a car coming and it's going to hit you. Same thing with stocks. If you go into the stock market, you don't do your educational behind it, you don't do your research, you don't get the proper mentoring, that's you not looking left and right. And that's you going to the stock market, and that's a high risk. So when people ask me, are stocks risky? That's my answer. Is crossing the road risky without turning to your left and turning to your right? They'll be like, they'll laugh about it and be like, yeah. And I'll be like, you just answered your own question. And that's the problem. Nobody does the research behind the stock market, not understanding that people make a living off the stock market. That's why there's Wall Street. You guys never heard of Wall Street? When people ask me that, Wall Street? Oh yeah, I think I've heard of Wall Street. Yeah, I mean, you should. Where all brokers are, all the hedge funds. Obviously not all, but people will be like, oh, what about a recession? Well, I'm pretty sure during a recession, people lose jobs, businesses go out of business. It's not just the stock market. Obviously, the stock market will react to a recession, right? The stock market, listen to this. The stock market is the measure of the economy. That's how I look at the stock market. The stock market is the measure of the economy. So if the economy goes downhill, the stock market will follow it. Right? It's not the stock market goes downhill and then the economy follows it. That's not how it works. The economy goes downhill, then the stock market goes downhill. Excuse me. And that's how it works. That's what happened in 2008 when the recession happened. But guess what happened? 3 months later in 2009, that was the bottom of the stock market. And guess what happened? It took a little dip, but has increased since then. This Dow has been around for how long? 20, 30 years? There's history. You can go online, do your research, go to well-trusted websites, and do your homework. And that's the problem. That's actually a problem within our society. Nobody wants to do their homework behind it. They'll look at it and be like, yeah, no, I can't get into stocks. Why? Too much math. This looks too hard. It's too risky. That's why when I was doing stocks in high school, everybody looked at me and said, yeah, he's not making money, or he's not making money from that, or yeah, I can't do that. I don't know how he does it. I can't do that. Too much math. I'll be like, yo, why don't you try? I'll help you personally one-on-one. Be like, it's too hard. Be like, oh, all right. And that's the problem. Are stocks risky? The answer is no if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, just like how you cross the street and don't look left and right, stocks are risky. Just like anything else in life, there is a risk to everything you do. And that's it for this video. Thank you for joining, and make sure you subscribe because I have a lot of educational videos. Monday through Friday, I'm going to give you a full market recap on what happened throughout the day. Every Sunday, I'll be sending a nice little watch list that you'll be looking at for the remainder of the week every Sunday night. And throughout the week, I'll just have a bunch of educational videos just like this. So make sure you subscribe, check out my course, nortrades.com, or even my signals chat where I tell you exactly when to buy and when to sell. nortrades.com/signals. I'll see you later on the next